Now, let's discuss this further with Joe Malanga. He's the founder and editor of the Behind the News Network. Joe, thanks so much for talking to us. Interesting times right now, a little bit up in the air of what's going to happen. But let's say, I mean, the ANC, around just over 40% of the vote. Who do they want, if you like? I mean, I know there's an option of being a sort of a minority government, but that would make them weaker. But if they were to form a coalition, who will they choose?
There are... Firstly, I need to indicate that in this, especially in politics, there's nothing permanent. Now, there is two things that are at play in me trying to come into the answer. The black majority who supported the ANC from exile, coming back, 1994, always looked at the other white parties like DA as racist organizations. But as time went, we saw a lot of black people joining the white parties, and the formation of EFF, and the formation of MK, the formation of Action SA, and many other parties. That created instability within the ANC. Also, the ANC, their arrogance did not really help them to be where they are today. Hence, it's going to be a very difficult position for them to choose the partner, because if ever they go to a coalition with the DA, they will stand a huge chance of losing a lot of municipalities, because that will be interpreted as a betrayal to their people, where they will go into collusion with the enemy, so they say. But also, we must also understand that the DA is the same political party that had an issue when Russia and China came to South Africa for military exercise. They were not happy with that. The DA is still the same party that wrote to Blinken in the US to say they need protection during the elections in South Africa. Now, what does that tell you? The DA is controlling Washington. So that is more uncomfortable to black majorities to say, you still want to have a colonial master in our doorstep controlling, influencing things that are happening in this country. So the ANC is in trouble as to who to negotiate with. EFF, it's a better option than the MK. But at the same time, the MK is making a statement to say they're not willing to talk to the ANC. So that will tell you more of chaotic scenes that we are yet to witness in South Africa. And also, coalition's government in South Africa never really worked. We saw a lot of collapse in the municipalities here when it was put on the ground to be tested. It never really worked. Now, a lot of people are questioning who came up with the system of elections, who came up with these coalitions, who came up with the percentages that once you're below these percentages, you must do that. It can only be one direction. Now, you see a lot of foreign interference in these elections. Hence, ANC is going to find it hard to get an actual partner that will be perfect for them without compromising themselves or their own population.
So, Joe, are you saying that, in essence, that the ANC could go ahead and form the weaker government and be the sole ruler with President Ramaphosa remaining the leader? Is that a possibility?
Yes, it is a possibility, but now they need to find a partner for them to go ahead and do that. And if the partner is the DA is likely to accept Ramaphosa, because they've been having a soft spot on him. DA never really went hard as much as they went hard on President Jacob Zuma. So that also gives a lot of questions and a lot of assumption in the background. Why is the DA comfortable with President Ramaphosa? If they are going into collision with the DA, it's likely for him, Ramaphosa, to be number one. Number two, likely to come from the DA, and of which that will create a huge problem, because the DA will come with terms and conditions of saying we need to do away with BRICS, we need to look more on the West, since they believe in the West. And now you will see that chaos. So Ramaphosa will have a serious problem which way to go. Also, the ICJ situation, the DA is supporting Israel, the ANC is supporting the Palestinians. So you will see internationally, locally, and there will be a lot of things that they will have to consider in the next 14 days that they have to form this coalition that they need to do. But there is going to be very interesting and I foresee chaotic scenes at play. If ANC is going to go ahead with the DA, then a lot of policies will have to change in order to accommodate each other, because coalitions are not about the ideology or the policies of that particular part. It's about interest. Whose interest are we serving? You know, so it's becoming very clear that the DA is pushing the agenda from the West because those are their funders and their protectors. So we foresee problems if ever the ANC will go in bed with the DA.
Indeed, indeed. Very complicated times indeed. We're going to have to leave it there. Joe Malanga, we'll find out next few weeks, I suppose, a couple of weeks, how things pan out. But Joe Malanga, founder and editor of the Behind the News Network. Sir, thank you for your time.